Okay, perfect. So welcome back, everyone. So hope everyone is having a good day. My name is Kiro Sisa, and I'm going to be your lead tutor for this training. And we're going to be learning a lot, and we're going to be having fun, a lot of fun along with it. So right now we're going to be okay. So just to answer before we start, so this is not the 4 p.m. Session. So this is just the challenge introduction. That's the same with the earlier sales session, which is introduction to the training. So the 4 p.m. session is still there, but this is just to introduce you to the challenge, to on how to use 10x as well. So yeah, as I was saying, so I'm going to be sharing my screen with the challenge document, and if you have questions, if my audio is not like clear, or if you want me to go through a specific detail again, just raise your hands or just write in the comment section, and I will make sure to answer it. So with that note, so can you see my screen, guys? Okay, great. Okay. So let me just so here we have, so I believe everyone already has access to this challenge document, which we're going to be working on for this week zero challenge. So basically it's going to be solar data discovery, which is cross-country solar farm analysis. So you can also find this in your 10x account, but also you can find it here on the challenge document, which is shared. So for the challenge overview, I believe Yababa has gone over what's expected and what you will get and what we expect from you for this week specifically. So I will just read the third paragraph, and just to make sure that we are in line. So this week is designed to be a win-win for everyone. So what we expect from you is just to put in your best efforts into doing as many as much as possible of the tasks. And you may not, of course, finish all of the tasks within the time, especially like since everyone has a different background and different understanding of the requirements, you might not be able to finish all of the tasks within a given time. But what we expect from you is to just do as much as you can and to submit within the given time. So you may so this is not designed, or we do not expect you to have a deeper understanding for this week specifically, but moreover, just do what you can do and submit the tasks that you have done before the training is done. This week is done. So if you are confused and overwhelmed, just make sure to contact me and the other tutors, and we will walk you through it and help you do what you need. So with that, I'm going to start with the business objective. So the way the challenge is structured is that every project we have a business objective, which will help you get into the character, or understand what's needed to be done and what's the scenario is. So you can assume that the business objective to be a scenario. So for this week, you're going to be working for a company called Moonlight Energy Solutions. So this company is aiming to develop a strategic approach to significantly enhance its operational efficiency and sustainability through targeted solar investment. So this company wants to invest in the solars, but wants to be operationally efficient and sustainable through their selection. So you're working as an analyst for this company, analytics engineer for this company, and your task is to perform a quick analysis of an environmental measurement provided by the engineering team. So we have already provided the data, which the engineering team has extracted and provided you with. And you're going to be translate your observations into a strategic report. So basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be analyzing the data that the engineering team has provided you, which is the data that we have provided. I will show you, of course, and just to get a strategic report or just to get your observation from it. So your analysis should focus on identifying key trends and learn valuable insight that will support your data-driven case. So at the end, what you will do or what you will provide is your recommendation based on statistical analysis and your EDA, which is just analysis. So in particular, your analysis and recommendation must present a strategic focus on identifying high potential regions for solar installation that align with the company's long-term sustainability goals. So as we have said, your company wants to be operationally efficient and sustainable through their investment, and they want to install some solars, and you have the data from the engineering team. So your job basically is going to be analyzing the data that they have provided, the engineering team have provided, and doing a analysis. And based on your analysis, you're going to be providing data-driven recommendation where to install the solars. So that's just the introduction. So before we move on, just the scenario. So just before we move on to the tasks and what's expected and the data, are we all aligned with this? Do you have any questions? I'm just going to ask for this specific one. Okay, I'm going to take that as a yes. So are we all in line? So do you have understanding of what's needed to be done in the scenario that you're in? Okay, good. Okay, in that case, let me just go to the data overview. So here we have provided you, so this is a very well-known data set. So you can read more about it from this link that we have provided. Sorry, I think just so here you can see that the data is actually for 43 different countries, for Lebanon, Zambia, Senegal, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and so on and so on. But for your case, you're going to be only working on 3 of the countries. Of course, we're going to be mentioning them. So just to have it, just to give you or walk you through the columns or the features of the dataset that we have provided. So each row contains the value of the solar radiation, air temperature, relative humidity, barometer, pressure, also where we measure the pressure, and precipitation, wind speed, and wind direction, and cleaned and soil radiance sensor, and so on. So here we have actually provided the link to where you will find 3 of the datas. Here, I think you can only find one of them, but I think you can also share it or show it here. Okay, I'm going to be showing you on. I will open it, but for now. For now, let me just go through the columns that we have on the dataset. So we have the timestamp where the time and the date where each of the observations are recorded, the GHI, DNI, and DHI, GHI, DHI, and DNI are the global horizontal irradiance, the direct normal irradiance, and the diffusion horizontal irradiance. So we have provided also some reference where you can read about these things and get more familiar with what they represent and as well as what they mean. So, but in general, we have also put here some definitions of what that column or feature represents. So the global horizontal radiances, the total solar radiation received per meter square on a horizontal surface. But the direct normal is just on a perpendicular surface. So not normal is perpendicular. So the amount of solar radiation received per square meter on a surface perpendicular to the ray of the sun, and diffusion of horizontal radiance is just the horizontal surface that doesn't arrive on a direct path from the sun. So you will just like get used to these things, what they mean, what they represent, and how you can use them in your analysis. How relevant are they for your recommendation analysis? You will just have to check that. And you can also use AI in order to get a deeper understanding of what each of them represents, and you can do a better job with that. And so this is basically the data set overview, where in the columns that you find in the data set. And the topics that are going to be covered here or for week 0 project are going to be Python programming, the GitHub commands, the data understanding and exploration specifically, and EDA, and as well as CI/CD and Streamlit. So for the team, you have Yabebal, which you have made earlier, and Kerut, which is me, and Mahova and Philemon are also going to be in the team helping you. So for the key dates, for the challenge introduction, it's happening right now. And then submission is going to be on Sunday, November 9th. So 8 p.m. UTC means in our local time 11 p.m. or 5 in the evening, and you will have 1 hour period to submit. So the submission is going to start on the submission date is going to start on 5 p.m. or 5 o'clock in the evening in Ethiopian time. I'm speaking Ethiopian time specifically. And you will have 1 hour period to submit on time. And then after the 1 hour period is done, you'll have a 48-hour grace period. So the 48-hour grace period is going to help you do more and submit, but it's going to be recorded as late submission. For on-time submission, you will have to submit within that time frame. And the same goes for the final submission, which is on next Wednesday, November 12th, on the same date, and the same conditions apply as well. So yeah, so that's basically it. So now we're going to be starting with the challenge, specifically with the tasks that we will do. But before that, do you have any questions? I just want to check before I move on. So do you have any questions, any concerns that you want to raise? The floor is yours. Or is everything clear? So I think EDA is explanatory data analysis, which Sunny has already answered. So is there any other questions? Or is everything clear with expectations? Okay. Yes, Sunlight, you can go.
Okay, I checked the data, the zip file for the Excel for the data set. So are we referring that for the assignment, the Excel file? There are some dates and data there.
Yes, okay. exactly. You're going to be working on the 3 countries. So if you have seen it, or you have 3 CSV files, right?
Yes.
Togo, yeah. So we will be working on those 3 specifically.
Okay, so that will be separate from this technical one, right? The business objectives and the data set, they are different from this weekly.
No, they're not different. How different? Maybe I'm not understanding the question. So if you click on the data, the link that we have provided here on the data, it will take you to the zip folder, which contains the 3 countries that you will be working for this specific week.
Okay.
So if you are referring to this link, if you are referring to this link where there are, I think, around 23 countries. So we only provided this link for you to just refer to what the data is all about and to get more information. You will not be working on the 23 countries. You will be only working on the 3 countries that we have provided in the data folder. Just going to be
Okay.
any going. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Continue, please.
Okay. So the data analysis will be on the 3 countries. So it
Yes.
will be separate analysis. This work will be on the programming, or it will be on analysis like PDF document, the submission for this one.
So we'll be like I will be explaining about what like the tasks in detail, but just to give a short answer on the question. So the submissions are going to be 4, or specifically, if you group them, you can group them into 2, which is going to be GitHub and report. For the report, you're going to be writing a report about what you have done, your recommendation, your analysis, and so on. And for the GitHub, you're going to be working on just the code part. Okay, you're going to be submitting what you have done in the code. So you're going to be using for all cases for this week specifically for everything that you're going to be doing for this week. You're going to be using the dataset that we have provided, which is the 3 countries specifically.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Yeah, so we have limited the number of countries because you only have a limited amount of time, and we believe that it's going to be hard for you to work on all of the countries. So we have selected 3 out of the 23 for you to work on. So this week is going to be all about these 3 countries specifically.
Okay.
Good. Thank you for the question. Can you write us the TG time or local time here? So if the times of UTC basically means just you can take the UTC time and add 3 hours to get to our time. But if that's confusing, you can always check the Notion. So on Notion, the time is automatically converted to your time, which is the time that you have on your device. If you are working with your PC, is going to take the time of your PC. If you are working on your, like if you open it on your mobile, it will update to your mobile. But basically, it will update, or it will come to your time zone of your device. So if the UTC time is confusing, I believe it's better to use that approach. You can always use the Notion schedule that Makida has shared earlier. Interim submission date, enlighten me more on it. So we can't submit earlier. So Ramona, so we have opened this like the portal for the interim submission. So you can open. So early is always encouraged, and you can always submit early. And for interim submission date, so the question is not clear, but if you are, I'm just going to go through the time in the what you have discussed. So I believe we have also shared this in the, I believe, let me just so this is just account example that we are going to use for the demo. And here, so here, if you go to the briefing document, and if you check the late policy, you will see everything that we have to discuss right now. So here we have when to submit and how many grace hours you have and so on. So here on the submission date, we do consider technical issues and so on. So you will have 1 hour grace period to submit on time. So which means if you think about it, so the submission, the deadline here specified here is 8 p.m. UTC, which is which exactly means 11 p.m. or specifically on Ethiopian time, 5 p.m. in the evening or amidst saat mata. So here, if you read this, so you will have 1 hour grace period to submit on time. So which means scalally set or till midnight, you can submit and it will still be considered on time. And then after that, you will have a 48-hour grace period where you can submit and it will be considered, you can still submit it and it will be considered a late submission. So you can read more about that in the onboarding document to get more information. So I hope that's clear. Okay, I'm just going to answer this one and I'm going to continue with the challenge introduction because okay, you know what's the difference between interim submission and the final submission? Are we going to submit two tasks only? So the interim submission, as the name implies, is just not the whole project, but what you have done so far. It's just to keep track of what you have done so far, what you have tested, what works, what does not, and so on. So we have specified which tasks to submit on interim and which tasks to submit on final. So the final is going to be the whole project, the whole report, the whole GitHub code, and so on. For the interim, maybe so depending on the change document, you might be expected to submit only task one, or you may be required to submit task one, task two, and so on. So it depends on that. Okay, so hope that's clear. And for the final, when do we say strategy report? How do we? Okay, so I'm going to come back to that. But before, I think because I believe the time or the challenge, the tasks here are going to be answering a lot of your questions. I'm going to just go ahead and start with that. Okay. So here on the task one, we have Git and environmental setups. This is especially really good for those who are just starting with programming or Python and so on. So here, your task is very simple. This is just to get everyone comfortable with version control or Git before even starting the data or the project. So here you will initialize a repository. If you are new to GitHub, you will set up or sign up for a new account, and then you will create a new repo. So you will have a session today to just get you get started with that. And then you will clone it locally and set up a Python virtual environment. And this also will be covered in today's session. And then you will start with the coding. So here you will create a branch called setup task, where you will have at least 3 commit messages like init add.ignore, .gitignore, for like VMP setup, CI/CD, and so on. So these are just some examples of commit messages that you can apply, but you will also see this in your session today on the Git introduction. So you're required to do that. So you will have a .gitignore file where you ignore any data. So I want to emphasize this. It's best practice to never push data to your GitHub. Okay, so make sure to always ignore or put your data in maybe the folder or just .csv extensions or .csv extensions in your .gitignore file in order to make sure that the data is not going to be pushed to the to Git. And then you will have a requirement.txt file, and you will have just a starter CI/CD or CI YAML file that just runs install the requirements. So this is just an example of this. So this is going to be part of your task one, and then you will also have you will also add a basic CI/CD file, which is for this case a CI YAML file that made us just that will take the Python version and it installs the requirement. So if you are new to this, don't worry about it. It will be covered in today's session. So just make sure to just attend it. And then after you're done, you're just going to create a README file, which also have all the information about how to reproduce the environment setup, and then you're going to be merging it, this specific like the setup task branch, into the main branch via pull request. So make sure to do it via pull request since it's recommended. And this is just a folder structure that we recommend, and it's internationally used and and as a best practice. So you can also follow this instruction. Yes, is that a question? Okay, maybe it's a mistake. So okay, so that's it. So the KPI for this task specifically is just dev empowerment setup. So like I said, if you are new to this, don't worry about it. If the words or the terms are new to you, don't worry about it. It will be covered in the session today. Okay. And then after that, you will have task 2, so which is just data profiling, cleaning the data, and performing EDA, or just a data exploratory data analysis on the data. So the objective that you are going to be having for this specific task is to profile, clean, and explore each of the country's dataset end to end, so that it's ready for comparison and ranking them by region. So here you will create a branch for each country. So here it is EDA and country. So for the country, for the first one, it could be EDA Benin. If you are working for the Benin team, the Benin country. And in that branch, you will have a notebook called EDA, Benin-EDA, which is this is just IP NBY, IPYNB. It's just an extension for a notebook. So you will have this notebook, and in that notebook, you will perform EDA. So here you will see the summary. So you can start with the summary statistics with the data frame describe, which is from the pandas library. And for all numerical columns, you can describe them and get their mean and their max, mean, and so on. Just their statistical summary, you can get it from there. And for is none.sum, so this is just to get the list of or the sum of non-value columns, or the sum of the non-values per column. And so you can, by doing that, you can identify and list the columns that have non-values that is greater than 5%. And next, you can do outlier detection and basic cleaning. You can just look for missing values, outliers, incorrect entries, and clean them. We will also have a session on this, on how to clean data. You can also, and then you can do the compute the z-score and flag those which have z-score greater than 3. And drop and impute, you can drop missing values if it is less than 5%, and if it is more than 5% and still less than 30%, you can input them. We will also see this in another session on how to drop and impute data. And then once you're done with the cleaning, you can export the data, the cleaned data, for example, benin-clean.csv into the data folder. Yeah, and then you can do, after you have cleaned it, you can do time series analysis by doing different charts, like line chart, bar charts, for the different features of their patterns by month, trends, and throughout the day, and take notes of peak hours, peak time, and so on. And then you will group them by cleaning, flag, and pilots, plot average features, and do some correlation. So if you are new to this as well, we will show you how to do analysis. So it will be covered in that session as well. But basically, you will do correlation and relationship analysis, how related are some of the different features and wind and distribution analysis, how windy it is, and so on. Just analysis of its distribution. So here, wind flows or radial bar plots for seeing that the distribution of wind. Histogram is also used, can also be used to do that as well. And lastly, you will do temperature analysis and double chart analysis. So here you are expected, the KPIs are proactive self-learning, ADA technique, understanding the data, and discovering insights. And lastly, demonstrating stats understanding by using the suitable or the correct statistical distribution and plots, or providing evidence for extreme insights. Yeah, and lastly, so is that a question? Maybe I think someone has opened their mic. I think Nikki, is that a question? No, I don't have. Okay, so can you mute? Okay, yeah, good. Okay, great. So for the last task, which is task 3, so of course we also have an additional bonus task, but for task 3, so you have 3 analysis that you have done for each country, right? And then you have the cleaned data of the 3 countries. And then now, since you have cleaned them and done analysis individually, now you're going to be merging them or comparing them in order to get the analysis and to give recommendations to your company. So here, you're expected to synthesize the clean dataset from Benin, Sierra Leone, and Togo to identify relative solar panel, solar potential, and key difference across the countries. So here, what you're going to do is load each country's cleaned data locally and do some metric comparison, like by using box plot or summary table. So for the box plot, you can compare their GHI, DNI, and DHI values side by side, and then do your analysis and summarize the table by comparing their mean, median, standard deviation of these 3 specific important features. And you can also go a step further and do statistical testing so you can test their p-value, and you can run one-way ANOVA tests on the GHI value to assess whether the difference between countries are significant or not. So we will also take you through how to do this. So if you are new, don't worry about it. But it's good to just prepare yourself by reading and knowing what to expect and so on. And lastly, after you're done with the metric comparison and optionally, of course, recommended statistical testing, you will write down your key observations in a markdown cell in the same, in the same compare countries notebook. You will have a markdown cell with 3 bullet points, which summarize what stands out, which country have the highest mean GHI, also have greatest variability, and so on and so on. And for bonus, it's good to have a visual summary of just a small bar chart ranking the countries by average GHI. So here, the key performance or the KPIs are inclusion of our 3 countries in a single plot. So this is very key because this will help you or enable you to compare the countries, correct implementation and reporting of p-values, relevance and actionability of those insights, and use of summary table to compare the mean, the median, and standard deviation of each matrix. Yeah, and for the final one, let me just go through this one, and I will take questions if there are any. So the final or the bonus or optional task is going to be creating interactive dashboard by using Streamlit app. So here we want to emphasize that when you write the code and push it, make sure to only have or include the code and not to add the data. Okay, so this will help you visualize your insight, but still avoid pushing your data. So designing and developing a dashboard using Streamlit to visualize the data inside, integrate Python script to fetch, process data dynamically. We will also help you with this one, implementing interactive features like slider button, allow the user to customize visually, and then you will deploy your Streamlit app to the Streamlit Community Cloud so that it's accessible by everyone. So if you decide to do this project, the like suggested additional order structure is going to be app, and in the app you're going to be having the main and the utils files or code scripts. So yeah, that's basically it's for the KPIs. Here are going to be dashboard usability, how is it is to use, how effective the app, the widgets are, and how clean and professionally designed the Streamlit app is, and if you have successfully deployed it. So here you can. So I have gone through this, but you can also check it. Yes, is that a question? Yes, Maya.
Yes. So I have a question. When you look at if you see the minimum essential to do, and if you look at the point number 3, it says that we should do we should develop the Streamlit dashboard, but then I thought the dashboard development was optional.
Yes, so this is for specifically for the bonus task, not for all. So here it says create a dashboard dev, add the like admin code, script, and so on. I think there's some noise from your side. Okay, good. So the minimum essential to do is specifically for this task, for the bonus task, not for all of the tasks.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, Abbas.
Salam alaikum.
Hi, Salam.
የምንጠቀመው ጁፒተር ኖትቡክ ኮንዳ ላይ ነው ወይስ በማንኛውም ነገር መጠቀም እንችላለን?
No, so I would recommend for you to use. Come again?
አይ እንድንጠቀም ሰጀስት የምታደርጉን አለ ወይስ እኛ በተመቸን አይዘር በኮንዳ ወይም ኖትቡክ ላይ ጉግል ኮላብ መስራት እንችላለን?
Okay, good question. So let me just clarify. So you're gonna need. So you can do if you have like if there is a computation like a computational issue and you cannot do it locally, you can do it on a notebook. It could be on Colab, Google Colab, or other sites that provide computational power. So you can do it there and download it and put it in your GitHub. So we don't accept a direct link to your like Colab or Jupyter notebooks and so on. Of course, you're going to be using Jupyter notebooks for doing everything, but we do not accept direct links to your Google Colab notebook or Jupyter notebook link. So what I would recommend you to do is, if you have issues with computational power and you cannot do it locally, you can just for the notebook part, you can do it on Google Colab or others and download it and push it to your GitHub. So is that clear? But for IDE, so these are different things, right? It's like IDE and Google Colab and others are different. So VS Code is recommended, but you can use Windows Serve, I don't know, Cursor, VS Code, or others, whichever, or PyCharm, whichever you are comfortable with as an IDE. But for these tasks, you're going to be working on notebooks, Jupyter notebooks. So is that clear, or Abbas, can you confirm or ask?
ክሊር ሆኖልኛል። ኖትቡክ ላይ ስንሰራ ወደ ጊታብ ፑሽ ማድረግ እንችላለን ከኮንዳ ላይ ስንሰራ
ኮንዳ ላይ
ከሱ ወደ ጊታብ ፑሽ ማድረግ እንችላለን አይደል? ማንኛውንም ስራዎች
you can. So as you have seen here, So we already have a recommended structure and so on. So you cannot replicate this in your content environment, can you? That's a question I've asked in case. Okay, maybe you're on mute if you are speaking. But just to so IDE wise, I would recommend you to use either Cursor, VS Code. So they are the same, right? So they are just a clone of VS Code. So if you are used to one, the others are the same pretty much. Just the AI integration is a bit different. So IDE wise, I would recommend you to use those IDs, and in those IDs you can work on the Jupyter notebooks. You can create the Jupyter notebooks script or file and work there. So is that clear? So Abbas. Okay, I'm going to take that as a yes. Okay, is there any other questions before we go to the deadlines? When you say strategy report, do you how do we use Python? Or so for the report, you're going to be writing a report in a document, but for that document, for your strategic report, you need to do the analysis, right? So these two things are different, but are like go together. So you will do the analysis by using Python, and when you submit to your boss at Moonshine company or your company, you're not going to give them the code. You're going to give them your analysis, what you have seen, what you have done, and just a report. And if you have samples, so what kind of samples are you asking here? Okay. And it says statistical analysis and EDA. What do you mean by that, and how do you present it? So EDA and statistical analysis are going to be done by code, and we will walk you through how to do them if you haven't worked on them earlier or before now. But basically, if you also follow the challenge document, I believe it's self-explanatory as well. Okay, is the challenge only for today or for the whole week 0? So you're telling that this challenge, specifically the week 0 challenge, is for the whole week, week 0. So this challenge that I just gave introduction to is for the whole week or for the whole week 0. Okay, so I think we have answered this for Daraja's weight. So for IDE wise, I would recommend to use VS Code or other VS Code clones. If you whatever you want, it's just a recommendation, not a restriction. Okay. The data isn't part of the recommendation file structure. So you can add it anywhere, but make sure that it's not pushed. So this structure you see here is after what you will push to GitHub. So it's already ignored. So that's why you don't see it, but you can add it under scripts as well. So it's going to be its own individual folder. All this to be done. No, you will done. This is for the whole week. The data isn't okay. I think can use Google Colab. So I think I have also mentioned that. What about using VS to with notebook? Yes, that's exactly what we are saying. Yoshita, I think if I'm saying your name wrong, I'm sorry, but that's exactly what I'm referring to. So using VS Code is the notebook distinction. Okay, can we find that kind of folder structure using notebook? So it's not clear, but no, I would say no. So just form the structure in your VS Code. And so I think it's better if you join the next session. I think Philemon will walk you through how to create these things, how to use VS Code, and how to create the notebooks and so on and so on. So with that, I tried to log into my account, says reset password, but link doesn't reach to my account. So Gabra Kidan, can you please ask this on Slack on the 10x support channel, and Abdulhamid will help you with that. Can please pick questions on the comment section. So can you ask again if I have missed it, but I think I have answered your questions. Is there any sample document? Yes, Abbas?
ይቅርታ ቀደም ኪሮ ጠይቄ በዛ የጠፋሁት ኢንተርኔት አስቸግሮኝ ነው።
ኦኬ
እሺ መልሰልኛል። የቀደም የአሁኑ ጥያቄ ምንድነው? ዶክመንቴሽን የምናስገባበት ሳምፕል ዶክመንት ይኖራል አንዴ ለማየት እንዲመቸን ወይስ?
Normally we don't like we like you to normally it's not shared, but I think we can work on it and share it on Slack if you guys need it, just to have. So basically you will start with the problem statement, what problem you are trying to like solve, the introduction, which basically is the introduction, right? So in the introduction, you will introduce what you're trying to do, and the problem statement and so on, and then you will have the methodology or just the tech stack and the analysis that you have done, the steps that you have followed to clean the data, and as well as the analysis or the result that you have seen, and finally in the final section, you will have your recommendation and conclusion, where you will just summarize your findings, your analysis, and finally your recommendation to the company. But we will also share it on Slack. Okay, yes, Sanait?
Okay, so for the task 2, for the data cleaning and EDA, like which data visualization tools or techniques that we supposed to use, or maybe recommendations?
So all the recommended, so these things are like recommended and to help you get started and work on those things. So if you follow like all of these, the bubble charts, the distribution, the histogram, the scatter plot, the heat map, and so on are recommended visualizations to get you get that analysis or like recommendation.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so okay, good. So but you are not limited. So I would like to say this. So the tasks that we have like defined here are not just are what you would follow to solve it, but don't be limited to it. So Sanait, if you have other like visualizations that you want to show or believe that are better for your kids, please, I would highly recommend you to do so. Okay.
Okay, sure. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. From the solar radiation measurement data, are we supposed to select one country for all of them? So we have, so as we were saying, if you have checked the link, if you have clicked on this link, structured from the data, if you have clicked this link, you will take you to the zip folder where you will find 3 countries. Okay, so we have Benin, Togo, and the other countries. So you will be working on those 3. So you're not going to select only one. You're going to be working on those 3. But when you clean them, or when you do task 2, which Sanait was asking about earlier, you're going to be doing them individually. So here on the first one, it's going to be EDA for Benin, EDA for Togo, and EDA for the other country. Right? I keep forgetting that for some reason. I think, yeah, Sierra Leone. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so you're going to be doing EDA for Sierra Leone, EDA for Benin, and EDA for Togo. So you're going to be doing the analysis, data profiling, analysis, and cleaning for all 3 countries, but individually. So that's why here in the example, it just specifies one country, but you would do this, you would repeat this thing for all three countries. Sample strategies, how it should look. So as I have said earlier, we will be sharing just the structure of what it would look like, your reports would look like. But for the analysis, you will have a session on how to do EDA and how to present your analysis. And Lul, which can you confirm which Python version we should? So it's not a should. It depends on the week. So that's why I would recommend you to use Conda, so that so for this week it doesn't have a lot of requirements, right? So it might be only pandas, NumPy, MATLAB, Seaborn, and Streamlit. So maybe five or six requirements. So for these requirements, you might not need like different, so they might not clash with each other. So for this week, I would recommend you to use maybe, I would say, Python point 10, I would say. So just go with the point 10 for now. But it's not a should, okay? So what I would you to know is it's not a should, and if you use Conda, you can always change or install different versions of Python. But for this week, you can start with that. Yeah, Rihanna, yes, it's being recorded. Please clarify more on how to structure the notebooks. Should each bold bullet point heading will be separate cells? Yes, most probably. So it depends on your structure. So this is just to help you get started with the tasks. So you can use it and get started. So each bullet point, I would recommend you to have a different cell, but some of the tasks could be in the same cell. So you will get used to it. So don't worry too much about these things for now. But with time, you will learn on how to structure them and so on and so on. Is the session recording available after the call in case we fear? Yes, Henok. So every sessions are going to be recorded, and all of them will be uploaded to YouTube. The only downside is you will have to wait 2 or 3 hours after the session is ended, because it takes time to upload it to YouTube. But after that, each and every session are recorded and uploaded. Roots. So if the data says you need to request access, so make sure that you are using the same email address that you have used to register with our system. So with that email only, you will have access to 10x, you will have access to the documents and so on. So that's it. That could be the reason that you're not getting the data. Is there assessment we are supposed to submit today? No. So that's what I'm going to be going through right now. So here in the due dates or the submissions, you will have a detail about what to submit and when to submit them. So here the first submission is for Sunday, which is going to be on October 9th, and the submission is going to happen on 8 p.m. UTC or 11 p.m. Ethiopian time. So here you are expected to submit your link to your GitHub main branch, and for the report you are expected to submit a report covering task 1 and task 2, which is for task 1 a summary of your Git environmental setup and what you have done to do that, and for 2 your approach for profiling, cleaning, and EDA outline. So that's going to be your first submission, is going to be your GitHub link and interim submission. And I will be showing you how to do that after this introduction is done. And the final submission is going to be next Wednesday, which is a week from now, which is going to be on November 12th, on the same time, which is 8 p.m. UTC or 11 p.m. Ethiopian time. And here you're going to be submitting your GitHub a link to your GitHub main branch, and like a final report covering all of the week 0 tasks, which includes week task 1, task 2, task 3, and if you have done it, also the bonus task. And here you are required to write it in a medium blog style, so you can check medium blogs and how they write it, and you can submit that. So here it could be in a PDF format, but it's not limited to PDF. You can also submit a blog link, but yeah, just the two, so PDF or blog link. And if you choose to do the final, the bonus for the bonus task, which is the dashboard, which is the trimmed dashboard, you will have a submission. You will have a portal to submit your dashboard screenshot in place. So you will not have a portal for that individually, but you can create a dashboard screenshot folder in your repository and add all of the screenshots that you have done and push it to your GitHub, and the grader will automatically check it. So here, for the consideration, you can go through the documentations, what we encourage you to do, the collaborations, the communication, flexibility, and so on. So finally, we have the tutorial sessions, which is so right now we are having the introduction to the challenge, and in the afternoon you will have Python environment, Git and GitHub basics plus CI/CD with Philemon. And tomorrow, so the purple indicates the morning sessions. In the morning, you will have a session about data science workflows and CR ISPM or DM basics with Mahabuba, and data profiling and EDA analysis technique with Philemon is going to happen in the afternoon tomorrow. And finally, the last the session is going to be on Friday, which is dashboard development using Streamlit with Mahabuba. And of course, we will have 2 Q&A sessions on Monday and on Tuesday. So these, of course, are also included in the Slack, or sorry, in the Notion schedule. So just keep up with that schedule to be updated. So we have also included references that you can go through and get more information about them. So I encourage you to go through some of them and read through them. So you will get comments and feedback in addition to grade for all submissions. Okay, so is that clear, guys? That's all about calendar introduction. Okay, so good. So let me just answer some of the questions here. The assessment that we're supposed to submit today. So, I hope it's clear. So you just have to follow the submission due date or submission section to be updated on what to submit and when to submit it. So today you don't have anything to submit. So what's our today task and how to submit it? So it's not today's task. So it's like you can start. So I would recommend you to get started on it today, to just read through the code challenge document, understand it, and figure out strategy and get started with it if you have time. But it's not like today you have to do this, tomorrow you have to do this, and Wednesday you have to do this. Sorry about that. So yeah, so it's not like today to tomorrow and so on. So you'll have submissions, which is interim submission, where you will submit task 1, task 2, and the deadline is on Wednesday. On Sunday, and you will have a final submission, which you will submit all of the tasks, and it's going to be on the next Wednesday or a week from now. So you will tell that clear? Okay, good. Now let's also, I have, like as I have said earlier, So it's not an option. You have to do all of them for all three countries, but you have to do them individually, and then you will merge them to do the comparison. So you will have 4 notebooks, 3 for each country, and the final one for the comparison. Maria, may you add reference for data cleaning ADA? Okay, if it is not included, I will make sure to add some as well. Yeah, I will add. Thank you for informing me. Anyone with, okay, yeah. So that's all of the questions. Do you have anything more, or shall I just quickly go to the 10x and show you how to submit? Okay, so I'm going to take that as yes, everything is clear, and so I'm gonna just go to 10x and show you how to submit by submitting one. So what I've done is I have just signed in by using, so this is just one of our test accounts for this batch. So as soon as you sign in, you will see this page, which is your home page, where you will have the assignments that are due, when they are due. So for the interim submission, as we have seen on the challenge document, is due on Sunday, and you also have the technical. So the technical challenge is going to be introduced by Emilian. So it will have its own session, so don't worry about it for now. But basically, so you will see what you need to do and so on. So the first thing I would do is to go to the module and check the module that has already been created. So here I can see the content. So this is the same content as we have seen here. Okay. So here you can see the same content. You can go through it, understanding the work on it. So here, so I think there's some noise. Let's just post. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm audible, right? Okay, good. Sorry about that. So here you will see all of the assignments for this week 0 challenge. So here B8 means batch 8, and W0 means week 0. So for week 0, I have these challenges or assignments that I need to submit. And here, for example, for an example, I want to submit the interim report. So so let me just click on it. Just close this one. So here I can see when it's due. So due means when I will be I can submit it to still be considered on time, and the closing date means the final submission date, which means after the 48 grace period ends. Okay, so after the grace period ends, the portal is going to be closed and you will not be able to submit. Okay, so here you can check all of these things, and I think I have actually prepared one of the submissions to test with. So let me just check if I have the right document. Give me a second. Okay. So for this example, I just wanted to submit this link. So whenever you work on a submission, especially for reports and so on, make sure that it's shared and that everyone with the link have access to view it, not edit it, but to view it, and you can copy the link and share it. So here I have the report. It's just an example report, so I can share, copy the link, and go to 10x, and here I will just paste my PDF and click on preview, and it's going to fetch the data and preview it. So here, what you need to notice is if if, for example, the file or the link that you have provided, you have not provided us access to it, it will not come up here. So if it does not come up here, make sure to just go back and edit your link and make sure that it has access, or you have provided us access. So you can go to preview, and once you confirm that it's the same or the correct file, you can click on done. So when you click on done, so it's going to pop up, the model is going to pop up saying that you have completed or submitted in time. And you can just wait for a couple of seconds, probably under a minute, and you should get your grades. So it's automatically graded by our grader. Oh, sorry, it can always only fetch 3 times. So let me just wait for that to finish. I can refresh actually. Yeah, so here it has graded, and it has given me 53.3 grade. And I can also see what its feedback is. So what the gap is, there is a critical gap in your deviation from the challenge context. You analyze the data from Senegal instead of specified country. So this is specifically what you guys have been asked. So this specific report was done for Senegal, but the data we have provided was for Benin, Sierra Leone, and Togo. So this is what got it a lower grade. You can also see more details here. For the task planning, it gave it 4 out of 10. You can see why it does that. And for feasibility and project planning and clarity organization, so you can just see the feedbacks, and before the time is done, you can always edit your report. And when I say edit, of course, it's a PDF, so you cannot edit directly on the report, but here you could edit your submission. So here, if you want to change your submission, you can just come here and click this edit button, and here you can change this. I think I have another report. Let me just check. I think this one is it. Let me check. So here I have changed the link to the new report. So here I want to submit this one. So I can check it and click on done. So it's going to submit a new report. So let's wait for a couple of seconds and refresh to see our new grade. So for this training, you will have a maximum of 3 edits. So I have done 2 edits right now. I will have 1 more edit if I want to do it, if I want to improve, and so on. So this is just, so let me fetch. So this is my new report, my new grade. So it has given me excellent, and so on and so on. So here you can see its feedback, and if you are happy with it, you can but note that it's waiting for tutor's approval. So this means this is not the final grade, but it will be reviewed by a tutor manually, and it will be approved. So if I come back to my my assignments, I can see that my mark and its status, which is in draft, and the submission status, which is on time. So I have submitted on time. If it was not, it would say late, and if it was missing, it would say missing, like these ones. And for the grade status, it will be approved or draft. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So for the final, the portal is not open yet. So it will tell you when it will be opened and when to send it. So yeah, so this is the rubrics that we are going to, the grader and the tutor is going to follow in order to grade and approve your grade. So you can also take a look at that and perform your work in accordance to that. Okay. Okay, Miriam, we also get personalized feedback from a tutor if we ask for it, or is it all automated? So yes, if you ask for it, a tutor will give you a personalized feedback anytime you want, and even the automated feedback is not the final one. It will be reviewed by a tutor, and if the feedback does not match the work that you have done, it will be edited, and you will get the final reviewed or approved feedback from the tutor. But you can always check and ask for the tutor for the tutor to give you feedback. Okay, good. So that's it. That's how you can submit. So what I would like to highlight is make sure that you are submitting the correct link to the correct assignment. So if you submit the GitHub link to the report, it's not going to be graded. And if it is graded, it's going to fail, and it's not going to give you a correct grade. And for the technical, if you submit the technical in the technical report, it's going to fail. So make sure to read the assignment carefully and submit to the correct portal. Okay, always check that. Yes, Abbas.
ይሰማል?
Yes.
ቴክኒካል ሰብሚሽን ታይም ማኔጅመንት የሚለው እሱኛውስ የምንድን ነው? አራቱ
Yes. Like I was saying, you will have 5 submissions. The 4 ones are this one, the technical ones, and you will always have one technical submission, and it will be introduced just like what we are doing right now. It will be done for the technical challenge. I think it will be introduced on Friday or Thursday. You will have to check your calendar or your schedule for that. So it will be introduced, and you will also see the challenge document for the technical as well. So I think it's being added right now. So if once it's added, you will find it here. So for week 0, you will have another module for the non-technical challenge as well. Okay, great. So any questions, guys? Any questions, anything that you want me to go through again, you can ask. You can always also ask on Slack, and we will make sure to reply in time. But yeah, will the final assignment that opens later build in this project? Yes. So Miriam, like I want to emphasize. So for this week, all the submissions, all the technical sales submissions, the final, the interim, the GitHub, and the report, all 4 of them are going to be on the same project. The interim and the final are different, or just based on the content that they include. So for the interim, it's just task 1 and task 2, just to see how you have started and how you are progressing, what you have done so far, what you have tried, and so on. And the final is going to be your final recommendation. So your recommendation, your analysis, like you can also add your analysis in the interim if you're done with it, but your analysis, your comparison, your result, your recommendation, and everything is going to be in the final. So it's for the same project, but different scope. Okay, good. Okay, any other questions, guys? I think we have gone way ahead of time, but sorry for that. But I hope everything is clear and everyone has what they need to get started on the project. So I just want to make sure that everyone is comfortable with starting the project. That's why I took so much time. But if everyone is all set and there are no questions, we can end the session here. So if everything is clear, just give me a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, just write on the comment or raise your hands. Okay, great. So I'm going to take that as it's clear. So yeah, please be active on Slack, ask questions, and the tutorials and the team is going to be here to help in any way we can. So yeah, thank you guys, and have a great day, and see you on the next session.